What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video we're going to be checking out JASMY. So JASMY gang, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate it. So we got JASMY here on the weekly. This falling wedge type leaky look on the weekly is nothing new for JASMY holders. We're down below 1 cent. I've actually added a ton down through here. I started at 9. I started at when we interacted with this trend line. It was at like, I think it was at like 8.95 or right at 9. Started right through here because I figured we'd bounce. We're getting close to the bottom. Um, so that's one good thing, right? I mean, at least you get to buy stuff when it's this cheap, or when it's this on sale. But we've had leaky price action before. We had leaky price action for weeks. We got a bounce. We even had it right through here, and we got a bounce. We had it through here and got a bounce. We had it through here and got a bounce, right? And they're big bounces, right? So when JASMY goes, it actually goes. So I don't think this is going to be any different. I still am in the camp that, crypto is going to run like crazy. I think the fear and greed index right now is pretty low. Oh, sorry, hey, if you got your brightness up, um, be forewarned. I guess not forewarned, but why can't I spell today? Why can't I spell? Let's use this one. This one's at 27. I think there's a couple even more. So 27, we'll take the average. So we got 27. This one's at 21. So that's like, let's just average at like 23, whatever. We'll take one more. There's no way it's at 70. 21. All right, so we're looking at maybe like 22, 23, right? For your fear and greed. It's pretty low, right? It's pretty low. Again, sorry about that if you're on, if you're not on dark mode. If you're not on dark mode, I mean, what are you doing? But I digress. Right? I mean, JASMY, we're super oversold on the Fu Manchu. I mean, we're super oversold. Every time we've gotten, down here and got a green dot, it's been good for JASMY. Maybe not through here, right? Maybe not through here. So it's not 100% accurate, but do we have, and we did have bullish divergence, and then it was immediately canceled out. So we do have bullish divergence forming right through here, right? So you got lower lows and you got higher lows on our side, right? The week isn't over, unfortunately the week is not over. But I still do, we're at the low ends of the range. This asset, most altcoins, right, have been going down for, I'm going to count this as still going down because I think that's a correction, for almost a year, right? Almost a year. And so I don't think it's time to be fearful. I think the time to have been fearful is if you were up in here, right? Even up through here, should have been fearful, because you have so much to lose. Right now, you're at the lower end of, you're at the lower end of the train. And so let's go into the daily, and I'll kind of reiterate this. Does this take out the low? This does. So I pulled this the last time I covered JASMY. Whoa. Right, something like that, right? It doesn't have to be identical, but you kind of got your twin peaks, right? You got your twin peaks. Let me move this down. Right, so you got twins. You got like this valley right through there, and then what I noticed the most is you have like a almost like a drizzle, right? You have like a drizzle drop, right? So we got like a almost like a drizzle drop, right? We come up, we kind of drizzle, boom, slam down. And then the rest of this is, it's this, after this was actually when you went up. So this is just extra down through here. This is just another drizzle pop down, another one. I just think they're making it extremely difficult for retail to hold, to stay positive, to stay hopeful. but not gonna shake us out for sure. This overall, right? If we're looking at the daily, I do want to invert this and kind of just see what it just kind of looks like, right? It does, if we're looking at the daily, I mean, it almost, did we get the highs yet? Did we get the highs? Let me see where we're at. From the high to the low. We're right at the 1-to-1 extension. We kind of flagged out through down there. Kind of flagged out through here. And then broke out or broke down. You know, you got a W pattern. It does look, if this was, you know, reverse, if this was to the reverse side, this would look nice. I'm not gonna lie, this would look nice, but it would also look a little. It looks like it's losing steam. This up through here, right up through here, is looking like it's kind of coming to a point, right? It's kind of coming to a point, and then. Because where's your 786? Right, your 786. It's pretty much right at the November Open. All right, pretty much at the November Open. You stuck around for a little bit down through there. All right, stuck around through a little bit. Found a little bit of resistance using the 886 as support. So I mean. Right, I mean, worst case scenario, this thing, I mean, 4 cents, not even 4 cents, 0.004. That's pretty low, but that is, as of right now, I mean, if we're looking at an extension, that is something where we could go to. Does it align with anything? It does. It's right there. That would be absolute brutality. Let me see if it does line up. It does. Look at that. Yikes. Hey, I'll be adding down there for sure. I'll be adding down there for sure. And then this 1272 down to there. I don't know. We'll see. Let's invert this back. I kind of want to see if the wave structure we're in right now, because this does look like a breakout. Right, this does. It looks like a breakout. Look like you're kind of flagging out, right? Flagging out and kind of broke out, back test, and now you're going. But it could be a false breakout. I mean, JASMY's had so many false breakouts to the upside. It could be. It really could be. And let's give some reasonings why. Can I flip this back, or am I stuck? There we go. There we go. I do want to go on to the daily for the RSI. Right, RSI is almost oversold on the daily. Almost oversold. I mean, typically you do get a bounce once you're oversold. You did it through here. Did it through here. I mean, this wasn't really a bounce. You did end up going lower. You did end up going lower, so it's not. So we're 2 for 3. I'll say through right here. So we're 2 for 4. I mean, I guess you did get a bounce right there. Yeah, you went up 53%. I mean, I think that's a bounce. It's a dead cat bounce, but it's still a bounce. We'll count down as neutral. This one, you really didn't bounce. I mean, what'd you go, like 20% or something? 30%. Cutoff is 31%. No, I'm just playing. I would guess I would just wouldn't count either one of those. So 2 for 5, and then we're gonna count. What is this? What did we bounce up through here? 52%. I mean, those are pretty big bounces. 50% bounce. I mean, it did end up dying, but right. So I'd say about 3 for 6. So 50% of the time. So 50% of the time, you get to the oversold zone, and you bounce, and you know, at least 50%, because I counted some of those 50%ers. I mean, 50% for JASMY would be up to where would it take us to? Right, pretty much to that 100, yeah, right to that 100 range. And then we could even, you know, come up and then come back down for low. If we do reject, that's what it would be. So, you know, that's not ideal at all. Not ideal. The 4-hour chart, oh, I got both of them up. I don't think that's not what I'm looking for. The 4-hour chart through here, we do have a, I mean, when I go through and look at it, I can actually get rid of, let me get rid of this, or at least put it like on the 2-hour, so it can be nice and clear. And I'll readjust it. I haven't changed anything. You guys are seeing all the changes I'm making right now. And we did break down on that. And so this right here, I mean, this is almost a guarantee 1, 2, 3. You kind of got like your 4, and then now you got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? It does look like a truncated fifth. You could say, you know, you have your A, B, C, something like that. You could do that, ABC for your 4th wave. And then, so you could do that, right? There's so many options, just certain things invalidate other structures. And then you got your 1, 2, 3, kind of flagged out here, 4, and then a 5. That is a pretty impulsive 5th wave, so I don't know if I even like that. So if you do have your A, B, I mean, and then C, because you got 3 waves down and then 3 waves. There you go. So A, B, C, and then I mean, definitely have like a 1, 2, 3. That's a pretty large 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The fact that, you know, you kind of had a bear flag or a reversal through here, you came up and just chopped around and then went. You know, kind of thinks it's like a 1, 2, something like that. And you got a 3. You know, you got to get a 4th or whatever, then a 5th, and then you'd be done, and then a 5th. But you know, that's 0.006. I mean, at this point, if Bitcoin drops below 100, where's Bitcoin at? 104. It's kind of bounced a little bit. Nothing crazy. I don't trust this bounce whatsoever. Most people don't. You have been oversold on the 4-hour twice now. Yep, twice. So kind of yesterday you were oversold. You kind of got rejected, got even more oversold. No bullish divergence yet. Nothing yet. Bounced, but I mean there's no life up here. There's no life up here. I'm gonna keep scrolling left. Like, there's no life. You have some life right in here. That's about it. And back in through here. November 2024, but really, I mean, it's been a blip, and then mostly down through here. Right, mostly down through there. You're getting it one more time. Almost kind of like, I mean, if I'm being honest, it's almost kind of like this. But to the downside, right? You have all this action down through here. You have this action through here. And then you got a blip, right? And you had a blip. And then you've just kind of just been going down. So hopefully it's to the reverse now. Hopefully, I mean, that's kind of the hope, right? Once you're oversold, you get overbought. Right? You've been oversold. Got oversold again. You get less oversold. And so hopefully we start working our way up. Get overbought, you know, stay overbought for a little bit, come back down, bearish divergence, make a new high, and then, you know, you come down or whatever like that. Not to the extent, not to the day, but overall, that would be the idea. You're oversold. You're oversold on almost all your metrics. I mean, bears have kind of been getting frisky, so right. I mean, I think Bitcoin dropped down to like 102 or something. Yeah, 102,000 Bitcoin, right, on the 4 hour. Pretty much. I mean, if Bitcoin can bounce from here, that'd be really nice. Bounce from the oversold zone. Just bounce right off of it. Still has a ways to go for the oversold. Right, still down below the sell side wall, and then your weekly chart. You're coming up on this trend line that's been prevalent for weeks, right? Weeks and weeks and weeks, right? Bitcoin's bounced right there, December 2022, bounced right here in April. I mean, honestly, it's like this week. I mean, I've been thinking it's gonna be, this week. I wasn't expecting the rate cuts to boost everything right off the bat, but Easy kind of brought up, one of the subscribers brought up coming down and testing the 50. And I was on board with that just because of the range that we were in. We were in between the 1618 and the 1272. And this is a range you've been in since May. I mean, if you really think about it, you kind of came up, bounced, come up, bounced, rejected, right? Came down, hopefully bounce, right? I mean, it's still bullish. I mean, you're still consolidating in between the 1618 and the 1272. I mean, I wish JASMY was doing that. Like, let's be real, right? Let's be real. You're not down here flirting with the 786. Like, that would be scary, because the rejection off the 786, that's bad. That's really bad. So, I know we've lost the 20 EMA, but we're pretty much right on the 50. This gap was so much larger, right? This gap was so much larger just because of how fast this move was, right? This last move since April has kind of been a little grindy, right? You kind of went up, kind of went down a little bit. You went up a little bit, you went down a little bit. You went up, you went down, right? It's not up. Like, that thing just went straight up. Same thing right here, like straight up. And then obviously you consolidated, but I digress. I know this is a JASMY video, but we all know whatever Bitcoin does, JASMY does. So, and then last but not least, USDT plus USDC, right? This thing has been the bane of our existence. If it closes this week above the EMAs, no bueno, right? No bueno. I think we'd be in for a multi-week correction. You'd see JASMY maybe down to that 4 to 6 range. Zeros, I don't even know, 004, 006. There is some good, right? There is some good news, right? If you really want to think about it, March of 2025, right? So before we started our descent, right, we crossed the 50, and that was actually the last week of green. Okay, and we did that right here as well. We crossed up on the 50, and that was the end of it when we were consolidating in May. Because a lot of people forget, May was actually pretty bearish for altcoins. I mean, Bitcoin was moving up, right? Bitcoin was moving up in May, right? May it's moving up in May, but like if you go to JASMY, where's May? Right, May, right, going down. So yeah, it's pretty bearish, right? Pretty bearish. So, right, this thing, it is crossing the 50. The 20 is crossing the 50, right? We pointed that out last week, and we're just hoping for a close down below the 100 or 200-day EMA. On the daily, right? On the daily, we've been tracking this for a while now, and you've found some resistance at the 760. There's still some more room to go to the upside, though. And the one thing, though, on the daily and the 4 hour, right? I mean, you have momentum on the Fu Manchu. This is everything you want to see on a bullish chart, right? Everything you want to see on a bullish chart. I had this green dot for bearish divergence because it closed out the day right there, but it cleared your bearish divergence. The one thing I will say is it's now, so I can move this up. Just tracking the bearish divergence. Just making higher highs with lower high in RSI. So today or tomorrow, right? I mean, this thing's got to make a decision, by Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's got to. So are we gonna break through on the daily? If you break through on the daily, whoo, Bitcoin is going down probably to 90, 95, 96,000, maybe 97,000, something like that. Doesn't have to stay down there, but it'll dip down there for sure. So, all the EMAs are pointing up. You have crosses on everything at this point. So, I mean, everything is set up for the downside now, right? Stablecoin dominance has lived above the 50 for a while now, right? It has lived above the 50 cents. I mean, really, you have two dips, but since August, say right here, August 17th, right? August 17th, it has been primarily healthy, right? That's a lot of life down there. It's just nothing down here, right? So it doesn't always stay like that, right? It doesn't always stay like that. Take, for example, something through here, all right? Something through there, same kind of concept. So we're just waiting on that break. Those are the levels I have. JASMY has so many levels to the upside we need to clear at this point. I mean, first of all, you got to get above your November open at a penny, right? And then you got these two levels through here. Okay, so we'll be tracking all that stuff. We do have some levels to the downside, that 6 to 4 range. I mean, worst case scenario. So just so you're prepared mentally. If you like today's video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. Leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I'm just reading the charts, what the charts are showing. Hey, they've been showing things have been weak. We've had attempts to get out of this range, and just there's the overall sentiment on crypto and even the market, the U.S. economy. It's not looking that great right now. But I'm expecting a reversal and to catch a lot of people off guard, especially just because of Fed rate cuts, quantitative tightening ending. I had a feeling that we would flush out a lot of people because a lot of people would enter right on good news. And I think 1.6 billion longs have been liquidated. So take that as you will. As always, I thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Peace.